Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, it's a Saturday, I'm fasting today, so that means we will be having our discussion on the planet Saturn only. And guys, we will be having our discussion on some new layers, a new perspective on judging this upcoming major shift of Saturn in the Pisces taking place on March 29th. So guys, I have already talked a lot about this transit, but trust me, in this video you will still get something new which so far, at least on my platform, I have not talked about that. Also guys, like making a video on the Saturn was initially not a part of the plan, but it's just like that in Vancouver there are like so many crows, and I do not know, somehow on Saturday only I always spot the crows close to the beach where I go for the walk, like having kind of a crow cabinet meeting, all together, gathered together. So I just thought that looks like cosmos, nature by itself is giving me instruction that my child, you have to talk about planet Saturn only, and this is what we will be doing in this video. So guys, I will be talking from the point of view of some of the traditional method and techniques to judge in terms of the omens, that how this major shift of Saturn in the Pisces is going to be influencing you. And guys, in the second section we will try to gain insight into something very new on which at least I haven't talked about that on my channel. See, it's very simple guys, look at it in this way, that this transit of Saturn is also slightly different, because in the past 5 years, like before the Aquarius, even when Saturn was in the Capricorn, for those 2.5 years, somehow Saturn was in its own territory, Saturn was in its own region, in its own area. That means in whichever capacity Saturn wanted to give results, it has the free hold. But now the minute Saturn is going to enter into a sign, the rulership goes to some other planet. So that means the way Saturn is going to be giving us results, a lot will be dependent on the sign lord as well, which in the case of the Pisces becomes the planet Jupiter. So guys, like obviously till the time Saturn is going to be staying in the Pisces sign, which is going to be almost 2.5 years, so I cannot cover all the movement of the planet Jupiter in that region. In any case, Jupiter is also in the Atichari motion. So in this video we will be briefly looking at only Jupiter's movement in the Gemini side, that based on all the zodiac signs, when Saturn is going to be transiting in the Pisces and the dispositor Jupiter is going to be transiting in the Gemini sign, because briefly in this year only, in the month of October, Jupiter will enter the sign of Cancer as well. So I will be just focusing right now till the time period of the late September, first week of the October, when Jupiter is going to be transiting in the Gemini, and how this combination is going to be impacting or influencing us. Guys, look at it in this way, that Saturn's transit in the Pisces has got everything to do with the deeper spiritual insight, purification, cleansing, letting go of the things. And just because we are talking about a planet which is a very hard taskmaster, so in whichever capacity Saturn has to exhaust or burn your karmas, or give you something which is going to be very transcendental in the nature. So let's say for example, wheresoever Pisces sign is falling in your life, if there is going to be sudden pressure which will start building up in that specific region or area in your life, where the guidance will come, where the hope will come, where the mentorship or the right advice will come, where the Gemini sign is falling, because Jupiter is going to be transiting over there. So guys, we will have our discussion on all of that. And before that guys, the two traditional techniques which I was talking about, let's look at that first. So guys, the very first technique is the Murti Nirnay. So Murti Nirnay, it's like on the basis of like the different categories of the gold, silver, copper and iron, you can get to know that how this, in which capacity or way omens are going to be supporting this transit of Saturn specific to your life. So that's very simple. All what you have to do is that when Saturn enters a new sign, so the moon's transit will be in a particular sign on that day. So for this discussion, Saturn is going to be entering on March 29th in the Pisces, when moon in itself is going to be there in the Pisces. So that means now what you have to do is that you have to count this transiting moon sign from the natal moon sign in the chart, and based on this the planet will be said to give good or bad results as defined below, which I will just explain over here. So in my case, like I'm an Aquarius moon, so from my moon sign, on that day when Saturn is going to be shifting the sign, on that specific day moon is going to be transiting in the Pisces. So that means in my category, for me, the transiting moon from my natal moon is going to be transiting second from it. So now comes the table. That's very simple. The very first is the Swarna Murti or the gold, which gives you maximum good results. So that happens when the transiting moon on that day from your natal moon is going to be transiting either on the same sign, like you are a Pisces kind of Pisces moon, or like it is your sign from the moon sign is 6th from it, and like the moon is going to be transiting like the Pisces is 11th from your moon sign. Next is, guys, the category of the Rajat Murti, called as the silver, which gives 3/4 of the good results. So the sign counted, that means from your natal moon, the transiting moon on that day, Pisces, happened to be the 2nd, 5th or the 9th zodiac sign. It's Tamra Murti or the copper that happens, and it gives generally half of the good results, where we say this thing that if it is going to be transiting, the transiting moon on that day from your natal moon is either 3rd, 7th or the 10th zodiac sign, or it is going to be the Loha Murti or the iron, if it is going to be like, which generally gives 1/4 of the good results. And the eligibility for that is that the transiting moon on that day, Pisces, from your natal moon sign, it has to be 4th, 8th or 12th from it. So that is the one category, guys. The second category, guys, is about especially like in all those cases where people are going through the Saturn's Sadesati. So we generally say this thing that the very first 2.5 years of the Sadesati entered the Aquarius sign. So it was the very first phase of the Sadesati for the Pisces moon natives. So that means the very first 2.5 years period or the first phase of Sadesati generally affect your head or the upper limbs. Now the second phase of the Sadesati, generally when Saturn enters right over your moon, it impacts your, it passes through your heart. So the middle limbs get affected. And guys, the third phase, it happened to be the last 2.5 years of the Sadesati. It impacts your like your legs, so the lower limbs. Now guys, over here only see how much is important to see the overlap of the things while doing any assessment. Like the way, for example, guys, in my case, I already shared this thing that I'm a Aquarius moon. So that means the Sadesati, for me, once Saturn is going to move to the Pisces, I will be in the third phase of the Sadesati. So that means in the third phase, Saturn generally passes through the legs. Now I'm a Aries Lagna. So from the Aries Lagna, Saturn is again passing in the 12th house, which again represents the legs. So this is how you get the overlap. So that means during this time, like, you know, legs, especially doing physical exercise, physically active, going for jog, running, walk. Like once it happened, when Saturn was in the Capricorn, I went for skiing. Oh my God, I had such a major accident and my legs were like almost like paralytic for like a couple of weeks. I was in such a bad excruciating pain. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that whenever you are doing any assessment, it's all the science of seeing the pattern, seeing the combination, seeing the overlap that give you this confidence. And guys, lastly, so based on the Murti Nirnay, like whether iron, gold, silver, copper, we have discussed that. Over where we take into consideration that your natal moon and the transiting moon on that day will tell you about, it has got more to do with the way the omens are going to be supporting you. And now guys, even if you want to include the the nakshatra calculation as well. So that is generally called as in such a way that in which vehicle Saturn is coming to you, like what kind of news and results it is bringing for you. So for that, Saturn could be coming in the 9 kind of vehicles. So when I say 9 kind of vehicles, I did not mean Honda, BMW, Audi and all. So please be realistic. Here I mean like the vehicles of the Saturn could be, this could be coming in a donkey, coming on a horse, elephant, buffalo, lion, jackal, crow, peacock, or the Hansa. So for that guys, I will just share that like this screenshot on the screen of this video so that you can get to know about it. Although it's very simple to calculate, all what you have to do is that find out the star like your in which moon is posited in your birth chart, and all what you have to do is that when Saturn enters a new sign on that day, on March 29th, count this star from your Janam Nakshatra and divide by 9. So for example, all what you have to do is that, like for example in my case, my moon nakshatra is like Sadbisha. On that day when this transition is taking place, moon is going to be transiting in the Revati nakshatra. So all what you have to do is that from my moon nakshatra, which is Sadbisha, I have to go how many places away is Revati. So I'll make it very clear, on that specific day you have to see that in which nakshatra moon is transiting. So on that day, March 29th, moon is transiting in the Revati nakshatra. Now you have to count from your birth nakshatra how many places it has gone away from there, and the resulting number you have to divide with the 9, and the remainder is something which will give you this answer. And whatever the remainder is going to come, if it is going to come 3 or 4, that is on the basis of this sequence you will get to know in which vehicle like Audi, Jaguar, Saturn is coming. So that's very simple. If it's a donkey, not very good. If it's horse, considered as like good, considered as giving good success. Like elephant, comfort, buffalo, moderate, all of that you can see. Okay guys, now after this, now we will get into the discussion that at the beginning of this video I mentioned this thing that when Saturn is going to be building pressure in your life, beyond any doubt, don't be of this mindset that Saturn's transit is always like very happy-go-lucky and dandy kind of experience. It's always like it's like a shift in our responsibilities, in our priorities. Always look Saturn's transit in this way, where exactly the test and trials of the life is happening, where exactly in the life there is a lot of the friction, and you have the capacity to sow seed for like future long-term investment, to do something which will enable you to stand a chance for the greatness. That is something which we generally attach with the shift in the transit of the planet Saturn. So guys, like now we will briefly look at that based on all the rising signs, this shift of the planet Saturn, where exactly, like the way we say, when Saturn is going to be deep frying you, when Saturn is going to be grilling you, where exactly the right advice or hope or motivation you will get. Guys, let me make it very clear. It is now different the way Saturn was working from the past 5 years, because during that time Saturn was in its own territory, Saturn was in its own region. But now the way Saturn giving you result, a lot will be dependent on the sign dispositor as well. And Jupiter in itself is seen as a saving grace. Like the way guys we say that no matter what specific area of life you want clarity, even if there is some affliction you will find in the matters of that house, but if Jupiter is giving its aspect, that means that area of the life might be safeguarded. So for example, any of the concern of marriage, there is a very kind of a Graha Yudh, planetary war, which is taking place in the house of marriage. So does that mean now there is no hope? No. If Jupiter is giving its aspect, that means hope is still there. So okay guys, now briefly looking at, and guys over here I'm primarily talking till the time Jupiter is going to be in the Gemini sign. When it will enter in the Cancer briefly this year in October, November, and even in the next year, I will make separate video on that. So for the Aries natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be transiting in your 12th house. That means purification, cleansing, letting go of things, deeper spiritual insight, and life will put you in those situations where you will feel that, oh God, I'm left on my own. Why I'm suddenly finding myself in a very foreign, new kind of environment regarding which I do not have any prior experience. Now where the hope will come, where the guidance will come, where is going to be the saving grace, that is going to be the matters of the third house. So yes guys, when we talk about third house, self-study is generally attached over there. Your friends, your younger siblings, acquisition of more knowledge is connected over there. So no matter in which situation life puts you, keeping your social life active will become very important for the Aries Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, once Saturn is going to enter in your 11th house, so we have already discussed the probable indicative results. Right now the main concern is that where the sign Lord is going to be transiting, dispositor is going to be transiting, so Jupiter is going to be transiting in the second house. So guys, during this time, although for you people, for the Taurus Lagna natives, there is a very good yoga which is getting formed, especially when it comes down to some major life investments. So for that, this is going to be a good yoga, and generally we say this thing that no matter in which state of life you are in your journey of life, taking advice from your near and dear people, taking advice from your family, being very mindful of the repercussion of your actions towards your family prestige and image during this time will become very important. For the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be transiting in your 10th house, and the sign Lord, planet Jupiter, is going to be transiting in the first house. So again guys, over here during this time, see, it will become very important for the Gemini Lagna natives that no matter what kind of development is happening at your career front, there is a very strong possibility, at least for this year, that it has got that capacity that all the hardship which will enter in your life, it can completely change your personality, your outlook towards the life, and some sort of practical life experiences which your professional undertakings will give you. So lifetime learning and experiences are there in store for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that like Saturn is going to be transiting in your 9th house, and the sign Lord, at least for this year, is going to be transiting in your 12th house. So guys, beyond any doubt, for the Cancer Lagna natives, like spirituality, meditation, letting go things, sacrifice, pilgrimage will actually play a very important role. So let's say for example, any of your concerns or any of the matters of the 9th house where if you find yourself being restricted, so like the way I always say, leave it in the hands of the God, leave it in the hands of the divinity, and it will take control of your life. Like the way we say, be the Arjun, let Lord Krishna drive the chariot of your life. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be transiting in your 8th house, and all the pressure which Saturn will build in the matters of your joint resources in the 8th house. Where is the solution? Solution is there in your 11th house. So during this time guys, the good thing for the Leo Lagna native is that, God forbid, even if life will bring any crisis, any scandal in your life, your friends will play a very significant role in guiding you in the right direction. For the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be transiting in your 7th house. Now comes the question that where the dispositor is going to be transiting in this year. Now Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 10th house. So guys, look at it in this way that whatsoever pressure and friction Saturn will generate in your 7th house, the guidance or wise counsel or the immediate impact of that you will face in your public image. So this could be a case that people are grilling you too much, but behind your back, your prestige is rising. People are also talking good things about you. You can look at it in this way. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, so for the Libra Lagna, my favorite, Saturn is going to be transiting in your 6th house. So guys, there is going to be additional responsibilities which will start building up in the matters of your daily work life. But here comes the catch or the question or the sigh of relief that during the same time, at least for this year, the sign lord Jupiter is going to be transiting in the 9th house. So guys, let me assure you this thing that the fortune at your professional life, at your work life is bound to change, and any of the work related travel options, if you get, all the time embrace that. Sometimes I've seen people by themselves on their own, they create hindrance over there. Oh, I'm so comfortable, I don't like travels and all. But during this time, you will actually gain a lot. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpions, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be entering in your 5th house. So a lot of the pressure which you will build in your mental comprehension and all, and especially people who are trying to become independent consultant and all, for the students and all. But guys, comes the question that where exactly the hope, the right advice or counsel will come to you. So that is coming from the 8th house. So sadhana, any of those ritual is connected with the 8th house. Deep research is seen from the 8th house, and if nothing more, leave it in the hands of the universe. Like the way I say, be the Arjun, let Lord Krishna drive the chariot of your life. That becomes very important, because guys, when it comes down to the 8th house, 12th house, I always say that if nothing seems to be clear to you, everything looks like to be vague, much better leave it in the hands of the universe. Now guys, for the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be building pressure in your 4th house. But the good thing is that at least in this year 2025, at the same time, the sign lord Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 7th house. So your partner, include your partner in any of the internal pressure which you might be going through, and that is how you can deal with this energy of the planet Saturn or pressure of the planet Saturn taking place in your 4th house. So pour out your emotions, pent up energy, and share it with your partner. That will become very important. For the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Saturn is going to be entering in your 3rd house. Like, you will actually find yourself, life will force you to shoulder more responsibilities during this time. And now comes the question that if you find yourself being blocked in any situation, so where exactly the hope, the guidance or motivation or counsel or advice is coming to you, where you can find it? So that happened to be in your 6th house. So again guys, during this time, try to manage good relationship with your co-workers, your maternal uncles, and at the same time guys, sometimes what happens is that things are not moving ahead because you might not have done a proper assessment or check of that. Sometimes it's like you are taking things for granted. The way we say that all the hazard and all the precautionary things need to be taken into consideration, because sometimes life is creating obstacle because you might not be very well prepared, or you might be undermining the hazard which might be connected with the matters of the things which you are trying to begin. Now guys, for the Aquarius, so for the Aquarius Lagna natives, Saturn is going to be entering in your 2nd house. So that means all the pressure of the life will start building up in the matters of the finances, family duties and responsibilities. Now comes the question, when Saturn is going to be doing the barbecue of your life, of your finances, so where exactly the hope is, where exactly you will get the guidance? So at least for this year, the sign lord Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 5th house. So guys, the way we say this thing, that 5th house is the house of the mantra sadhana, yogic practices, spiritual practices, and the kind of thoughts which are coming to us. So only if you the way we say, you can only see your reflection in the water if it is calm and stable. If the water is fluctuating and all, how could you see your face in that? So calmness of the mind attained through meditation, yoga, mantra chanting will give you the right clarity to deal with the pressure of the Saturn in the 2nd house. And lastly guys, for the Pisces Lagna natives, oh my god, Saturn going to your 1st house, lot of the pressure in the life and all. But the good thing is that during the same time, the sigh of relief, at least for this year, the sign lord Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 4th house. So like the way guys we say this thing, that the internal calmness in your emotions, in your feelings becomes very important. Like whatever way life is going to be building up pressure in your life, try not to let that affect your domestic matters, your domestic peace. Because let's say for example, if you undergo or enforce any forced changes in your residing area, in your domestic life. That might create more obstacle. That's all what I'm trying to say. So no matter in which capacity, or giving you new responsibilities and all, bringing more pressure in your life of some new beginnings, whatever way you are behaving, just do not let it negatively, adversely impact your domestic life, your basic security and foundation. That will become very important. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.